Hi guys, so the Business Secretary Kemi Badenoch, who isn't the brightest light bulb on the Christmas tree, said the quiet part loud towards the tail end of this interview she gave to Times Radio. Now she was talking about immigration and how the government is determined to bring it down. She admitted that the healthcare sector need many workers, but pushed back by saying that the vast majority of jobs in both the NHS and social care are filled by British people. Then she said, well, we can't allow these sectors to dictate immigration policy. Unbelievable. Have a listen to this.
So you think that, again, speaking generally, looking at the salary cap and looking at the number of dependents that people are able to bring in won't have any impact on the health and social care, world in the UK?
Well, I would then point to some of the things that Prime Minister Sunak did earlier on in the year, the NHS long-term workforce plan. We invested about £2.5 billion to make sure that we can train up people in this country to work in our healthcare services. It is not sustainable for us to have a healthcare service that relies on migrants, especially if they're bringing in dependents. The net benefit becomes zero or less than zero.
Apparently, it's 19%. Apparently, in terms of foreign workers in the NHS.
Yes, exactly. So 80%, 81% of workers are British citizens. But we cannot allow a situation where we are unable to manage our borders just because of one sector. Of course, we welcome people in the
because of one sector. So the NHS has to be thrown under a bus, social care as well has to be thrown under a bus because the Tories have to meet some arbitrary immigration target. There you've heard it. You've heard it there, loud and clear. We can't allow the NHS to dictate immigration policy. If the NHS don't have the staff, well, they'll have to deal with it. If social care don't have the staff, they'll have to deal with it. The whole point of the government ministers lobbying the Home Office for more visas or for a better policy is to improve their respective departments, to improve things in their departments. So the Health Secretary should be lobbying the Home Office for more visas or to change the policy. Because there's a lack of staff. They can't find the workers. They can't find the nurses. They can't find the doctors. They can't find the carers. If they can't find them, then those departments, those sectors suffer. And the Tories' response is, well, just suck it up. We're not going to allow the health sector to determine how many people we allow in. That's insane. Once again, they don't care about the health and well-being of the public. Which begs the question, what's the point in having a government if they don't look after the well-being of the public, of its citizens? This is beyond insane, beyond absurd. And why are the Tories doing this? Because they need to listen to people like Nigel Farage. They need to listen to the racists and bigots in these marginal seats. We need to take a hardline approach when it comes to immigration because we're at risk of losing our seats in constituencies where there's a majority, it seems, of racists and bigots who come out and vote on these particular issues. So to hell with the NHS, to hell with social care, because we need to keep a few racists and bigots happy. Be them Nigel Farage or some guy at the end of the street. You don't run a government like this. Are there issues regarding immigration? The only issue I can see is perhaps related to housing. But then once again, as I mentioned before, this is a government responsibility. If there isn't enough housing, then the government need to build more. They need to rewrite the laws in order to create more. But the Tories can't blame it all on immigration now. They've been in power for 13 years. But it's unbelievable that you have a government minister saying, well, we can't allow the NHS or the healthcare sector to determine what numbers they need. We will decide. So the Home Office is in charge of healthcare, it seems. They will decide whether the NHS functions or not. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.